It thus becomes vitally important for the state to use all of its powers to repress dissent, for the truth is the mortal enemy of the lie, and thus by extension, the truth is the greatest enemy of the state.
No one likes to be wrong, especially ignorant people. No one wants to figure out that their understanding of the world is flawed or foolish. That's why narrow-minded people display an unrelenting loyalty to their opinions.
It starts super early.
One of the first things we're taught
as a baby, as a toddler.
The earth is round, and they just pound this into you.
And most of us go through our lives without ever doubting this assertion.
What you learned in kindergarten.
It generally goes unchallenged as an obvious fact, rather than a debatable claim.
Kindergarten.
There's no going back.
The broad masses of a nation are always more easily corrupted in the deeper strata of their emotional nature than consciously or voluntarily. And thus, in the primitive simplicity of their minds, they more readily fall victims to the big lie than the small lie. Since they themselves often tell small lies in little matters, but would be ashamed to resort to large-scale falsehoods, it would never come into their heads to fabricate colossal untruths, and they would not believe that others could have the impudence to distort the truth so infamously. Even though the facts, which prove this to be so, may be brought clearly to their minds, they will still doubt and waver and will continue to think that there may be some other explanation.
I'm talking about the universe, black holes, the Big Bang, time travel, God. But what I'm going to do is teach you how to think. Train your mind. In the old days, we called it brainwashing, where you repeat something and then it becomes true. That's hijacking this feature of our evolutionary brain. So you try to sift through what is true, and it must be that which was repeated often enough. You are comfortable in your ignorance, and you don't even know your ignorance because you came to it from having learned, but only up to a point. They're not only controlling the information you receive, they're shaping how you receive it, which has an effect on how you then behave. How you create a worldview, you create an understanding of how things are, either because someone convinced you or you convinced yourself. Now there's a gap, or there's some information that conflicts with it. So you're going to say, if you cherish this worldview, that information that conflicts with it was falsified, or that was wrong. They don't know what they're doing. You can maintain your worldview.
If we hold on, like, I spent so many years learning something, and now the world has changed.
The interesting thing about an objective truth is that it's true no matter what. Imagine that.
People need to understand to control their minds, otherwise other people will control it for them.
And you have no foundation in objective reality, it can be dangerous. If your personal belief system does not have correspondence in objective reality, that's an unhealthy situation for civilization to be in.
There's no going back.
Kyrie Irving. I don't know. Did you see that? You saw this, right?
Don't get me started.
Point guard for the freaking Nets. He went to Duke University.
What did you make of the Kyrie stuff?
Actually seriously believe that the earth is flat.
I'm going to say this is anti-intellectual and it's anti-science.
Go read a book, an actual book.
It should embarrass you. It should embarrass your families. It should embarrass the fine schools you went to. It should embarrass the NBA.
I don't think this is funny, actually. Like, we can laugh at it, but I don't think it's funny.
Let's take a quick moment of silence for that thought.
I mean, that's the dumbest thing a public figure has said in my lifetime. It is one of them. I really don't think it's fun.
LeBron James spoke on this, but he didn't give his opinion one way or the other.
Kyrie, the earth is flat, right?
Yeah, so be it.
NBA Commissioner Adam Silver responded to everyone's comments, saying that though he and Kyrie went to the same college, Duke, they must have taken different courses.
Just in case you were persuaded by Kyrie, here are some recent photos of the Earth from our friends at the Internet. I mean, look.
Is that our Earth?
He's questioning whether the moon landing really existed, saying there's no real pictures of Earth. Do you have to question this?
No, that's an issue that shouldn't even be brought up. That is something that should not be debated. Does not belong in front of an audience getting debated.
I think you can be smart, Scotty, right? And say you want to be a critical thinker and intellectually curious without attacking hardcore science.
Science, you're right.
Right?
Many years.
This is a gig for you. And you can just ponder the potential realities of the world and its possible roundness.
Yeah, it's spinning. It's spinning. It's spinning. Hope it was a dare.
Kyrie Irving thinks the world is flat.
Not another one.
Does that mean you don't believe in slavery? Does that mean you don't believe in the Revolutionary War? That is a stupid comment. Don't say it again.
A very small step to becoming a Holocaust denier or a slavery denier.
Don't do it.
He was asked about the pictures that show the round Earth, and he defended his beliefs by saying this.
Does it matter?
Yes.
For what?
Well, I mean,
what's so important about that?
You have millions of fans.
Out of all the podcasts, that's what you took out of it? The flat Earth?
I mean, you were asked again about it on camera.
And the fact that that could be news all over the world just shows you how.
Well, it doesn't show.
I mean, the fact that it's a social phenomenon that Kyrie thinks the world is flat is hilarious. The fact that it's even a conversation is hilarious. You know, that could actually be news. It's hilarious.
You said that it's a shame or that it's funny that is something that's news.
Yeah, no, it's hilarious.
We're in an age where people throw around terms like fake news and they talk about things that aren't true and aren't real. So then you come out and say something about the Earth being round or flat. I mean, the science would suggest that it is round.
Yeah. I think people should do their own research, man.
You've seen pictures of the planet, right? Like it's a circle. So
I've seen a lot of things that that my educational system has said that was real and turned out to be completely fake. I mean, I don't mind going against the grain in terms of my thoughts, but I just feel like that the fact that it's even a conversation is hilarious. You know, that could actually be news. It's hilarious. Yeah. Well, that doesn't matter to you, like that I think that the world is flat or I think that the world is round.
Well, again, you have lots and lots of fans, and the fans.
Does that affect something?
It may.
Oh, okay.
So he still thinks the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Reaction it got.
Yeah, because
Slave has escaped the plantation. Call the dogs. Light up the searchlights. Send out the helicopters. We must get him back onto the plantation. We must bring him to heel. This Kyrie Irving thinking he can just post things that are true. It's bad and it's wrong, and you should hate Kyrie Irving and both pity him and feel sorry for him for falling for this trap. Put unfortunately in there. We have to signal to people how they're supposed to feel about the thing before they even know what the thing is. We have to prime their emotional state to accept our perspective on events. Using words like unfortunately, they're thinking we're going to shut you up. You are not going to counter our narrative. You are not going to speak out of turn, causing all sorts of outrage and paranoia across the World Wide Web. As you can be wrong all you want. It's when you're right that they target you. It's when you call them out. It's when you decode their plan and give out those codes to the world. That's when they target you. It's amazing. By the way that they react, by the way that they freak out at this, you can tell they're desperate to not let this happen again. We have to unify together in outrage and hatred against Kyrie Irving. So anybody else daring to think about doing this will go, ooh, I don't want to go through what Kyrie Irving's going through. It's amazing. It really is amazing how their reaction shows how effective this stuff is.
What do you make of the Kyrie stuff?
The Earth is flat.
Shaq, what are you talking about?
The Earth is flat.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. World is
if
flat.
you dug straight through your backyard, you can get to China.
No, you can't. The
world is not flat.
Yes, it is.
We've seen the Earth.
No, we haven't seen anything.
Dude, they can't control you. They can't. They try to suppress you, categorize.
They can't control. You get what I'm saying? They can control shots. They can control shots. They can control shot.
That was a joke about the world being flat, right?
Was it? Of course it was.
I heard you say that people were getting all excited. It's like, there's no way that he wasn't joking in this situation.
They got upset.
They can control shot.